Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Jennifer Bagley, host of the Catalyst for the Trades podcast. I'm so excited to be here with you today with our amazing special guest, Joel from Western States Roofing Contractors Association. Joel, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
So I was really excited when I got an email from you guys asking me to speak at the conference. Tell me a little bit about the conference. Oh, on a side note, last week I was at a ball game with Brava, which is one of your guys' roofing suppliers out of Seattle, Washington. And they were telling me this is the biggest event in the roofing industry that there is. They're very excited to be there as well. So I was like, oh, how perfect all this fits together. Tell me a little bit about the conference and yourself.
That's great. Well, thanks, Bravo. We appreciate that. We're actually the second largest roofing show. The International Roofing Expo is the largest, but when it comes to the regional roofing shows, the Western Roofing Expo is as big and as fun as it can be. We are very fortunate to be here in the West, which has Las Vegas as our home. And yeah, this is our 51st Expo. Last year was our 50-year anniversary. And we just keep growing every year. I think what makes us really unique is that we really aren't afraid to try new stuff. And as a fellow industry person, I walk the floor at a lot of different shows, and no disrespect meant, but it's very sterile and boring at times, where it's just a booth where we do some really different things. This will be our 12th year, ending the show with a roofing competition called the Roofing Games, which is sponsored by Malarkey. So we have 3 decks up there and 9 participants that are essentially racing each other on building a residential roof deck. And that's a lot of fun. Our goal when we started that was all shows, their last day is quiet, and like, what can we do to buck that trend? And we came up with that idea, and we've been running with it since. I'm seeing it starting to go to other shows and what have you, but I still think we do it the best. It's a lot of fun, and like I said, we have the advantage of being at a great location, Las Vegas. It's easy to get to Las Vegas. The Paris Las Vegas is a great hotel right in the center of the Strip.
Yep.
We have 2 adjoining hotels for sleeping rooms, Planet Hollywood and the Horseshoe, which is formerly Bally's. And if you're staying at Paris or the Horseshoe, it's like no exaggeration. You could be from trade show floor to head on the pillow in less than 5 minutes.
Oh, gotta love that.
That's really unique, because a lot of these shows, you got to walk 45 minutes down some long corridor to kind of get to the expo site. But we're really excited for this year.
I love that. I was just thinking about how quickly I can get out of my heels and into some tennis shoes. So the conference, when is get it out of the way. When are the dates? How do people get registered if they're not registered already?
Sure. It's September 28th through the 30th. You can go, our home hotel is the Paris Las Vegas. You can go to westernroofingexpo.com and register there. You could also take a look at our wonderful seminar lineups and our foundation events. The 28th, which is Sunday, we call it Sunday Fun Day. The Davis Memorial Foundation is our scholarship foundation, our 501c3. And that day is a very hectic day for all of our volunteers and our staff, because we put on a golf tournament that's already sold out. We put on a sporting clays tournament that's already sold out. And then we have a live auction that night. And one of the really, really cool things about this is we don't use any firms that help secure items. We don't have auctioneer Joe up there. It's roofing contractors are doing our auctioneering.
Oh my God, I love that.
Our great exhibitors and our roofing contractor members have donated their items. There's great trips and jewelry and roofing materials and educational offerings and sports tickets and autographs, all kinds of great stuff there. And each year we give out $75,000 in scholarships, which is about as high as most associations can do. So yeah, we're really proud of that. It takes a lot of work, but it's so good to put that back into the industry. We do the $75K for students within the industry, and then we also do a $5,000 grant to Skills USA, which is basically out recruiting young roofers to get into the industry. So we're definitely doing our part with the foundation. That's our Sunday, and then Monday is it's all education. and trade show floor Monday and Tuesday. Then we end our show with IBEC puts on their Region 5 workshop. So altogether, between our seminars, the National Women in Roofing, who put on an educational offering, and IBEC, we've got 36 seminars
Wow.
there at the expo. So it's a great opportunity to get your education in.
Fantastic. I love that. So let's talk about some of the content. Tell me a little bit about the speakers, seminars, who you have coming, what they can learn.
Well, there's this one gal I know. Her name's Jennifer Bagley that's speaking at the expo. It's her first time at the expo, and her session is on AI and basically the future of I don't even want to say the industry, the future of the world
There
that
you
we're
go.
living in. And Jennifer, as of now, it's early. It's early. Things can change. But as of right now, Jennifer is looking like it's going to be our highest attended show. I got her in the big room, and for me, it's just I think it's an unknown, especially in a blue collar industry, of like what's coming, right?
Hmm.
I personally use a lot of AI with answering my emails and making my day more efficient. But there's so much more to come. A lot of it's fear. Like I fear jobs. Like what's going to come down the line for jobs, right? Like I've seen the robot shingler out there, and it's going to be very interesting. So I think everyone needs to know about it. So it's like everyone's going to be interested to be at that seminar. So that's one of our best ones. For the first time ever, we've got a full Spanish-speaking program, Western Roofing in Espanol, where we have 4 regular sessions in Spanish and then 2 lunch and learns. And we have 4 sponsors for that event: GAF, Certainteed, SRS, and Techos and EMAS, which is a publication owned by Roofing Contractor. So we've got 6 seminars totally in Spanish to help those.
Oh, I love.
Some other great ones is our technical advisor Ken Klein is doing a TPO membrane study session. Our safety advisor Steve Zassadil is doing a safety OSHA plan, and then our legal advisor Trent Cotney, who is so versatile and so helpful to our association and to the industry. He's doing 4 seminars, so he has no breaks, and then he's hosting our Roofers Feud, which is a game show, which we also have on the last day of the show floor. So we've got 36 altogether, everything from technical roofing installation and best practices to how to be make your company more business savvy, to being more safe, and legal and HR side of things. So it's a really well-rounded schedule. So you can bring your team and divide and conquer and learn a little bit about the different areas of need for your companies. But it's a really robust offering that should help anybody from any company. There's something for everybody there.
I love that. I love that. So that's interesting. Thank you for telling me about the Spanish presentations. On the AI side, that's interesting to tie that together, because now contractors are building AI-enabled websites with full localization, meaning that you can now have your website present itself in the native language of the visitor.
Mm.
So we now have contractors that websites, if somebody's Spanish speaking as their first language, it'll literally present the website in the right language when they come to the site based on the settings on their computer or their phone or whatever
Right.
their device is. And we now have contractors that are actually wearing Meta glasses and bringing a pair of Meta glasses out on the job and handing it to their customer so that they have full translation services. So even if they're not Spanish speaking first language, they have the ability to do on-site translation. So there's no more, AI CSRs are answering in Spanish, websites are presenting in Spanish, and now with Meta and with some of the new Google glasses, you can translate on site person to person, which is really freaking cool.
It is. Technology is growing so quickly, and it's so helpful. But it's really interesting to see how things adapt. Just last year we redid our WesternRoofingExpo.com with a
Mm-hmm.
toggle switch for whichever language you want. And now
Yep.
it's in a year it's gotten so smart that the
And
toggle is almost obsolete because it
yeah,
knows it knows it knows you. So
yeah.
it's changing quickly, and you got to stay on top of things or you get left behind nowadays.
Yeah. Speaking of that, what are you noticing in the industry? What are some big aha moments that people need to be paying attention to in the roofing space?
Technology and AI is huge, of course. Another is just labor force. We're always looking for more labor. For whatever reason, roofing is looked down upon when it comes to the construction industries, plumbing and electricians and general contractors are always kind of looking down upon roofing. But everyone will always need a roof. I knock on wood when I say these things, but we've gone through many recessions in roofing, and so it's as close to a recession-proof industry as possible. Another big lightning rod, controversial topic is immigration.
Hmm.
Now with immigration, a lot of the labor force is not necessarily a citizen or inconvenienced by being questioned whether they are or aren't. And so those are the big three right now for us. Is basically those areas, and I think labor forces. I've been here for 25 years. It's been one of the top topics forever, right? But there are some great new initiatives that are taking place, like NRCA is, very very involved with Skills USA, and like I've said earlier, we have a grant program for that, and it's basically going out and identifying students that would be in the trade industry and kind of putting roofing in front of them. It's no different
Hmm.
than all these other skills, and it's good pay, and it's a huge need. And so that's a big one right out there. I'd say that's always number one. It's just getting more labor force, but there's always things that are changing with legislation and politics and what have you. And like I said, immigration is definitely one of the top ones now. And then we actually also have AI in roofing from a legal perspective as one of our sessions as well, put on by Trent Cotney. So there's a lot of legalities and rules to follow when adopting AI, and a lot of people don't know that. And so it's great to kind of be able to learn and educate our group on that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting watching um it's interesting watching all the dynamics. There's not really an area of the business that's not impacted by AI, whether it's consumers and consumer searches and how they're utilizing AI as their little AI assistants to do a lot of their homework and research. And how do you adopt that? How do you get in front of them, meet them where they are? Um, I also agree with the trades and the home services community becoming more and more critical as far as jobs go. I think, I mean, we're seeing it already. Administrative jobs going out the window, desk jobs. It doesn't matter if it's Main Street or Wall Street. AI is impacting every single industry. I can't imagine sending my kid to school right now and spending all that money, knowing that whatever they're training them for may not exist in the future.
Will not exist in the future.
Mm.
And I've got a 12-year-old, and it's funny, we had that same conversation. Is they're getting more laptop and tablet oriented, and I like spelling is like something they don't even like concentrate on spelling because you have spell check. Anything you use is gonna have spell check, right? And so yeah, it's very interesting that you're absolutely right. What our kids and their kid, like everything is going to be changing and so quickly that the things that they're learning are probably obsolete. And so
Yeah, they're literally you have a sixth grader walking around with a PhD in their pocket.
it's funny. I look back at what we learned, and there are so many classes that I personally feel that like we didn't need.
Mm,
I think there's better options like do I really need geometry, or would have first aid have been more helpful to
yeah.
mankind, right? So it's just like it's an interesting topic, and you're 100% right. Things are going to change, and I'm
Mhm.
hopeful it's changing for the better, not for the worse, because I do worry about workforce in the future and AI making
Polishing it.
people not necessary anymore. And I think that's going to be one of the biggest problems we face going forward. Maybe one of the biggest problems we've ever faced as a society.
Mhm. Yeah, I would agree with that. It's a big, 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 big blind spot, but I would rather be eyes wide open and lean in and paying attention and try and learn as much as I can than put my head in the sand.
100% right.
Yeah, 100%. So, within the space, how do you feel like, or what's the adoption rate? within contractors of AI within their organizations? What are you seeing right now? You feel
I,
like they're a little standoffish, still kind
yeah,
of looking from behind the scenes, or leaning in?
yeah, I think they're a little more standoffish. I don't want to say it in a negative way. I just think it's more like a little more blue collar, a little more family oriented kind of companies. And let's be real, it's a very hands on profession, right? And so I would say they're just dipping their toe in it,
Yeah.
and maybe from like the manufacturer side, maybe a little bit more,
Yeah.
but for the contractor side, I think it's they're very family oriented, and they've got sons and daughters working in the office for them or out on the cruise, and think I think they're going to be a little bit more resistant because they don't want to like replace their
Family.
team, their family, and most. It's funny. Most roofing companies I know they treat their whole company like family, not just blood, right? And
Yeah.
so I think they're holding off to the best they can, but it's impossible to hold off forever. So it's just starting to kind of break through right now. It's,
Mm-hmm.
I don't have an adoption rate for it, but I sit on the industry issues committee, and it's something that 3 years ago we didn't talk about, and now it dominates the conversation. So
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yep. Yeah, I would agree. I was just on with a contractor this morning, and it was interesting because the owners of the business were really struggling with the fact that they felt like their kids were pressuring them that they need to pay attention. They were moving too slow. That, hey, dad, like we can do this a lot faster right now. And they're getting kind of this pressure from both sides, but
right.
it'll be interesting to watch how everybody evolves.
For sure.
Um,
Yep. We've got a young roofing professionals committee that
mm,
meets twice a year at our board, and in between virtually and what have you. And that's a big topic for them too. Is just like um, this is the way we've always done it versus, but Dad, I got a way that's way better and way faster, and the struggle to get that adopted and take form. And so
mhm.
it's very interesting.
Yeah. This is the time, man. Those who do will. Those who won't, that's going to be a different story. It's going to be
Agreed.
interesting. So, um, for the conference, so vendors and so forth that want to participate or get involved, what's your recommendations? I assume you guys are sold out on vendors and booths right now, or do you have any availability?
We are sold out. We always willing to build our waiting list, and things do happen. If you're interested in a booth, Alec Ward in our office is the director of the trade show. You're welcome to give us a call at our office. It's 800-725-0333, or you can hit up Alec, that's with a C, Alec at WSRCA.com, and you get a feel for where you'd be on the floor or on the waiting list. And there's always next year, right? And so we do a really good job of um, selling our floor out for the next year. Usually, since Alec has taken over, usually before this expo is complete,
It's
we'll have
done.
he'll be done. Yeah, but there's a lot of companies that cancel and or don't pay or what have you. And we've even moved. We have a bunch of tabletops in the Hall of Mirrors, which is like the entryway for the floor, because we're so
Mhm.
maxed out in Paris, and our contracts are there through 2029. So we got to make do with this. We just, like I said, we just keep growing faster and faster, and so it's a good problem to have, I suppose, that
Yeah,
we're out of space. So
I
it's a
love
good.
that. Do you guys have any live podcasters that are going to be at the event?
The live podcasters that I know for sure will be there will be Roofer's Coffee Shop, which is Heidi Ellsworth.
Mhm.
She's going to be. She usually has everything in her booth, but she actually requested to be out like in the foyer because she will be doing like nonstop podcasts and interviews and use of the soundstage. Roofing Contractor Magazine, Jill Bloom and her group also do a really good job of promoting the show and doing interesting interviews at the show. And there's always a few kind of people just walking around doing their own thing that are out there
Getting
as well.
content.
Yeah, making
Oh, the
content.
content marketers. All right. Well, we're going to need the catalyst for the trades at your podcast stage for the next one.
Okay. Yeah,
I
let's do it.
love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So within the industry, For anybody that is not currently involved in the industry, I know there are a lot of contractors that are selling alternate trades. What's your thoughts on adding roofing as a trades line to an existing trades business?
I think it's a great idea if you get educated on it and get involved. It's like I said before we got on is everyone needs a roof. Everyone needs shelter over their head. It's
Mm-hmm.
close to a recession-proof industry as there is. But there are some states where they're like roofing licenses aren't necessary and stuff, and that's a tough place to be because it's you hate to do incorrect installations and have it maintained more frequent than you'd like. But there's a lot of opening for roofs. Like whether it's a re-roof on an existing building or home or new construction. There's always the need to do that. So I think it would be very wise to get involved in that because, like I said, it's one of the basics in life. Food,
Yeah.
water, shelter, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
It's literally at the top of Maslow's hierarchy.
yeah, exactly. You made a nice roof there with your hands. Good job.
You like that? Oh, very good. All right. So I am curious, with the contractors, how how have you seen or have you seen the roofing industry co-marketing or collaborating with alternate trades lines? Obviously, these guys, if you were to pull up a database of the homes that are their customers, there's some crossover in between plumbers and HVAC and electrical and solar and everything else. Are you seeing them get a little bit more sophisticated in identifying who those really good strategic partners are, figuring out what households do I have, what households do you have, how can we cross market? Has that been something that they've tackled?
I think that's more from a manufacturer side again.
Okay.
Contractors, I think I know several contractors that dabble with the roofing and the solar, um,
Mhm.
mostly because roofing and solar kind of don't communicate, and like the contractors don't like the way the solar people put it on. The solar people don't like the way the roof was put on. Again, they're trying to minimize the damage that they could physically put on a roof. So we've had a lot of that. The larger contractors, yeah, they're doing it, but I think most are like roofing contractors,
Yeah.
and you're either doing residential, you're doing commercial, you're doing both. Even waterproofing is which is more of a niche. There's some of the
Yeah.
big some of the big guys do that, but most of the small guys don't, and so yeah, I don't see a lot of cross pollination between plumbing and electricity and roofing. That would be more like a general contractor kind of um, area. But I wouldn't be surprised to see that more in the future, just because efficiency.
Yeah, I would throw it out there. So it doesn't mean you have to offer all the service lines, but I have seen a lot of success where we'll take an HVAC company and a roofing company in the same market. They cross pollinate that database of customers and they co market or cross market. So this HVAC company will offer a free evaluation for a roof inspection and vice versa for an HVAC inspection. And it's been a really good way for them to expand their local footprint by just cross marketing to each other's customers. I'd
Hmm.
throw it out. Maybe we'll have to, and I can show them how to do that with AI when we're in the class too.
That might have to be a seminar in 2026. I don't know.
Absolutely. I love that. Well, what else would you like to leave everybody with before we wrap up today?
I just feel that if you've never been to the Western Roofing Expo, we'd love to invite you out and enjoy the expo. It's a 3-day expo. The first day is, like I said earlier, is mostly fun stuff. It's a networking opportunity. It goes to a great cause. It goes to the Davis Memorial Foundation Scholarship Foundation, where we give out $80,000 a year in scholarships and grants. We have a golf tournament, a sporting clays tournament, and then our welcome reception and live auction is a great time. That's a great opportunity to get out and network and really help the future of the roofing industry. And then, like I said, the trade show floor, we try to do a lot of little fun things. We've got the Roofers Feud game show. We've got the Roofing Games shingling competition. Every member of Western States gets a Western States pin on their lanyard. And we've got raffles at some of the trade show floor booths that are for our members only. And so, like I said, it's kind of not so sterile. It's a little more fun. We're always looking to kind of do things better. We have an associate advisory council, which is made up of our big exhibitors, that let us know every year what we're doing right and keep doing it, and what we could do better. And I've got a very serious staff here. There's 5 of us, and we are all very proud of the way we work and the way we put on the expo. And we take it very serious. And every year we want to do better. And
I love it.
there's nobody resting on their laurels. And so just wanted to say the expo is a lot of fun. It's a great place to see everything. The Paris is a very, very convenient trade show floor. You could walk it in a day. It's not going to take you several days. Like I said, our hotel rooms are really convenient. And then just taking it a level up is, we're not just a trade show, we're a membership opportunity. And, we've got some of the best in the industry out there. We've got 25 board members that sit on all these committees, and they're working for your success. They want to make things better and easier for you. We've got technical roofing, we've got legal, we've got business, we've got safety, we've got a safety app. We've got every Thursday we send toolbox talks to our members so that they could train their teams and keep them safe and save you money. And we're very, very affordable. We are very fortunate to have this big trade show that is, quite frankly, it's a great moneymaker for the association. And because of that, we've always kept the dues really, really affordable for our contractors. It's not about making money or making more money. It's about educating our group and community. And so, our dues are $6.95 a year. If you want to become a member, you can do it during the expo. It's 20% off. So it brings it down to like $5.36 or something to that nature. And frankly, that's cheaper than most state or local associations that are probably just working legislatively for you. And so we really, really take great pride in just being out there trying to help roofers. And it sounds so simplistic, but it's reality. We're out there trying to make you more successful, make your jobs easier, and to educate you and let you learn about things before they smack you in the face. So
Yeah.
yeah, like I said, I've been here 25 years, and we've got a great dynamic. I don't think we've ever had as deep and strong as a board as we have right now. There's always like that 20-80 rule that a lot of people talk about, where like 20% are doing work for the 80%, and I think we're a flip of that. I think, like, on the committee side of things, everyone's eager to help and be involved. And it makes for interesting conversations when we're trying to like select our next executive committee, because there's so many people that are worthy of it. And so I'm really, really happy with where the association's at right now, from a staff standpoint and from a board and leadership standpoint. We are really we're on the same team. We're rowing in the same direction. We're lifting the log together, and it makes it lighter for everybody. And it's really, really, it's a really, really fun time.
Yeah, that's refreshing. We are stronger together. There is no need to try and do this on your own. It's hard enough being an entrepreneur. I think everybody gets into entrepreneurship thinking this will be easy. I'm going to make more time, money, and freedom. And then we get into it, and all of a sudden it's like, hold on, someone sold me a bag of goods that's didn't quite line up that way.
Free time, what's that?
Right. So yes, well, I appreciate everything you guys are doing in the industry for all of the trades and contracting professionals. Thank you so much. These guys, the second you decided to start a business, you might be an excellent roofer, but the second you decided to become the owner operator, you chose to put on the entrepreneur hat, which comes with a lot of additional liability and responsibility. So this is a great way to help all of them level up and gain some of those skills that don't naturally come with being just a subject matter expert at some particular area of business. I think I would not want to get into it without having you guys as a guide and mentor and facilitator to be able to level up. So thank you guys for all that you do.
I agree. And even if it's not Western states, like, get involved with your local association, get involved with the national association, get involved with your regionals. They provide a tremendous amount of resources for you, and they're working for your success. So just remember that at some point. There's a lot of like fly by night contractors doing their own thing out there, and it just makes it so much harder on yourself. Like we're here to
Risky
help.
business.
Everything's affordable. You know, it just doesn't make any sense. So get
Yeah.
out there and join your local, your regional, and your national associations because they're there to help you, and we're a great resource.
Yeah, you guys are phenomenal. Thank you so much for having me present at the event. I'm very excited to jump on stage and go ham on all things AI. This will be fun. Everyone might have a headache and need a cocktail afterwards, but
Probably so. Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
very good. And
Don't
thanks for
scare them
coming.
all too much. Don't scare them all too much.
I know. It will make it fun. We'll
Good.
make it fun.
Good. I
Yes.
look
It'll
forward
be
to seeing you in 4 weeks.
Yes, thank you so much. Thanks for joining us for the podcast today, you guys. If you have questions, you want to reach out, we've shared some great information. Joel's shared some of his team members as well. You guys don't hesitate to reach out. Also, get involved, right? westernroofingexpo.com. If you can't get into this year's, like he said, next year's going to be sold out 4 weeks from now. So jump in, get involved, see if you can gain your spot if you've got some value that you can contribute and add towards the organization. Any sponsors you want to give a shout out to as we wrap up?
God, I hope I don't forget any. But yeah, we've got some really good ones. Malarkey is always one of our best sponsors. They sponsor the roofing games and our annual luncheon. NRCA sponsors our legislative luncheon. Thanks to you guys. QXO has always been a huge partner of ours. GAF is sponsoring the welcome reception and auction, and we got a million sponsors that are all helpful. And I apologize if I didn't name any of you guys because you're all really, really important to us, and we couldn't do it without you. So thank you.
Yes, thanks for everybody to contribute. I know you guys can check out all of the sponsors on the website as well. Again, thank you so much. We appreciate your time, and we appreciate all of you that have taken time out of your busy schedules to join us on the Catalyst for the Trades. Until next time, we'll see you then.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you.